Alright, good evening ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Ultimate Dirt TV. Tonight, it's the second part of the program, your Ohio Freshwaters Adventures Super Late Models. Presented by World of Thunder, come to the Kokomo Speedway. Who is going to be the king of Kokomo? We'll find out in a few short minutes. Brett Wheeler in the booth and also down in the production trailer. We're going to step aside quickly and do a bit of promoting on the race, and then we'll come back with your qualifying in just a few moments' time. Alright, it is showtime! Here in about a minute's time, we've got the super late models for your Ohio Freshwaters Adventures. Presented by World of Thunder. Again, we tackle the short bull ring. In Indiana, it is the Kokomo Speedway. Going to be a great night of super late model action. Some ground pounding, mud slinging, thunderous super late models. Of course, big thanks to our sponsors here at Ultimate Dirt TV. You can find them on our website. Head over to www.ultimatedirttv.com. Austin Price and Christopher, thank you very much for the follows on Ultimate Dirt TV. It's much appreciated. Ernie, along with Stephen and Gordon, thank you very much for the likes, boys. Guys, like, shares, follows. We love it here on Ultimate Dirt TV. Let us know who you're cheering for, where you're watching from. We'd love to be interactive with the chat as well. Of course, big thanks to our sponsors, Wicked Cushion, 19 Designs, World of Thunder Racing League, Dirt Leagues Australia, JR Productions and Media, and Black Diamond Motorsports. Ryan Weaver, thank you very much for the follow, appreciate it. And if you're interested in becoming a sponsor here on Ultimate Dirt TV, you want to get your business out on all the broadcasts, get it known and support some dirt track racing, feel free to message the Ultimate Dirt TV page, and we can get you sorted. Qualifying begins right now, 3 minutes on the clock. And we'll let you know where your driver is going to be, or who your favourite driver is on the racetrack. And we've got something different. We've actually got an open qualifying session, so this is very, very interesting. So normally we have a lone car qualifying session, but this has been opened up. Well, Majolis, he is the man to beat. He has not been outside of the podium. And we're just watching a couple of drivers. Dylan Hauser, 12.660. The fastest car at the moment in qualifying. Of course, each driver getting a couple of laps, and then that is it. Jason Lineweaver 4th, Dylan Hauser 5th, of course. Watching Ryan Flatten in car number 16. Ryan Flatten in car number 16 coming out onto the racetrack for your Ohio Freshwaters Adventures qualifying for the Super Late Models presented by World of Thunder right here on your home for dirt track racing, Ultimate Dirt TV. Dylan Hauser, Blake Majulis, Devin Ryan, Jason Lineweaver and Darren Littoral, your top 5 We're watching the black number 16 car of Ryan Flatten. We'll see what kind of time Mr. Ryan Flatten can do. It's been a while since he's been able to race, and we want to welcome him back as well. First lap time for Ryan Flatten. In fact, it's going to be no lap time. Dale Matthews, thank you for your follow. Blake, thank you for the like as well. Brian Wyatt Jr. sits fourth quick. So 15 cars have taken a time to make that 14 cars. Here is the number 26 car of Eric Scalf. Eric Scalf in the 26 goes fifth quick. A super late model champion, the 15 car of Matt Bailey. Almost runs into the back of the 17 of Aaron Kitchen, who was, I believe, your Season 3 Super Late Model champion before DJ Kilinowski picked up the win in Season number 4, I think it was. There is the 17 of Aaron Kitchen on the racetrack. He's going to be able to get one lap in as long as he doesn't touch the wall. Aaron Kitchen, 9th quick with a 13, 144, but it is Dylan Hauser. I was told it was Wyatt. Wyatt. Close enough. It's good enough. 3 heat races scheduled on the program. Heat race number 1, we will take a look at your Black Diamond Motorsports starting grid. Starting on pole in car number 2, it is Dylan Hauser. On the outside of the front row in the 88, it's Brian Wyatt Jr. At a position number 3, the 18 car of Jimmy Emery. At a position 4, the number 20 car of Daniel Cummings Jr. Look, Chief, I appreciate it. Starting position 5 in car number 21, Benjamin Nading. On the outside of the third row in car number 5, it's Steve Kaufman. And lining up out of position number 7 in the 240 car, it is Big Bad Brad Moore. Where are you, Mitch? You at work or? Heat race number 1 of your Ohio Freshwaters Adventures Super Late Models. Dylan Hauser and Wyatt Jr. on the front row. Emery, Cummings, Nading, Kaufman, and Moore. Okay. Here we go. 10 laps of distance here. The Super Late Models, the King of Kokomo. Who is it going to be tonight? Green flag is out. We're underway in the opening heat race of the night. Emery working to the low side into turn number 1 and 2. We'll get into position 2 as well. There was contact from Wayne Jr. and he's not going to take that one lightly. The 4 car of Jimmy Emery. 18 in the serve, the 4 on the side of that car. Daniel Cummings rides in position number 2. Then you go back to Benjamin Nading in third in the 21. Brad Moore in the number 2 car sitting in position 4. Top 2 to your dash. Top 3 to the main event. Everybody else will run a B main. As Hauser, he is just checked out from the field. He's got a massive lead here at the Kokomo Speedway. Moore used the low side into turn number 1 and 2. Will pick up position number 3 from Benjamin Nading. Wyatt Jr. in the 88 trying to work to the outside through turn number 3 and 4. Rubber and fender panels down the front straight away into turn number 1. Nading and Cummings Jr. Here comes Wyatt, nearly 4 wide as they make their way out of turn number 4. They're 3 wide into turn number 1 and 2. And look at this 4-car battle for the minor placings. 2 of them are going to go on to the main event. The other 2 will go in the B main. Oh, Wyatt Jr., that takes 1 out of the equation. And the yellow flag will fly. And this will end heat race number 1, I believe. The Ohio Freshwaters Adventure Super Late Models turning it on here at the Kokomo Speedway in the opening 6 to 7 laps. So for any chance at getting this race back underway, we are going to have the lights off on the pace track this time by. They do not, which therefore that will end the opening heat race of the night. So well done to Dylan Hauser. Brad Moore will come home in second. Of course, we'll go through your JR Productions and Media finishing results. Those two drivers will move on to the main event. Daniel Cummings will come home in third. We'll see, we'll move on to the main event. Benjamin Oeting, Jimmy Emery, Brian Wyatt Jr., and Steve Kaufman will be the four cars that will move into tonight's B main. To make their way out of turn number 4, here is your JR Productions and Media unofficial results for heat race number 1. Hauser, Moore, Cummings, Nading, Emery, Wyatt Jr. and Kaufman. We move on to heat race number 2. Let's take a look at your Black Diamond Motorsports starting grid. And the man that has been near unbeatable in the series so far. Of course, he's just been beaten just the once. In the 127, he lines up on pole. It is Blake Majulis. On his outside, in the number 26 car, starting position number 2, Eric Scalf. Out of position number 3, the 68 car of Darren Littoral. Out of position 4, the 87 of Stephen McMillan. Lining up position number 5 in the 54, it's Mitch Stiles. And out of position 6, in the number 15 car, it's Matt Bailey with Austin Griffey not making the call for heat race number 2. Again, we're going to throw 10 laps on the board here at the Kokomo Speedway. Blake Majulis on the front row with Eric Scalf, Darren Littoral, Stephen McMillan, Mitch Stiles, and Matt Bailey. Green flag is out. Heat number 2 is underway. Majulis leads Scalf down the back straightaway for the first time in heat race number 2. Littoral now got pressure from the 87 of Stephen McMillan. McMillan working inside, looking for position 3. Remember, top 3 to the main event, top 2 to the dash. So your battle is on for that third and final transfer spot. McMillan continues to work low, struggling to get the drive out of the turns right now, but that's where the top side is the fastest way around here at the moment. Although I say that McMillan got a great run on the exit of turn number 4. So the battle on for the third and final transfer spot. Littoral in the 68 on the outside and the black and white HRE number 68, where McMillan in the 87 car, he's working down low in that pink and yellow and white machine. He's not going to go away that easily. Jack, yes you can. Littoral now will hold on to that third and final transfer spot. Running the middle of the racetrack is Littoral. McMillan once again. He's just when he gets to the center of the turn, that's where he's losing a lot of his speed. Eric Scalf in this 26 car also sitting in position number 2, looking to transfer himself into tonight's dash for your Ohio Freshwaters Adventures Super Late Models. But there is Blake Majulis. He has got that car rolling the top side of the racetrack. There is the 15 car of Matt Bailey. Then you go to Mitch Stiles in the 54, who's sitting in position 5. Stiles trying to get by his teammate here in the 87 car, Stephen McMillan. We've got 1 lap to go for your race leader out of turn number 4. Blake Majulis now sits 2 turns away from putting himself on the outside of the front row for tonight's dash. And Blake Majulis, he should be a school teacher right now because he has just schooled these guys here in heat race number 2. Majulis, Scalf, Littoral, McMillan, Stiles, and Bailey. Oh, Jack. Why would you want to play with a controller? I'll let you find out for yourself. It is very, very difficult. We'll take a look at your Black Diamond Motorsports starting grid for heat race number 3. Starting on pole, in heat race number 3 in car number 34, it's Devon Ryan. On his outside, the number 50 car of Jason Lineweaver out of position number 2. Out of position number 3 in the 17 car will be Aaron Kitchen. Out of position number 4, the 269 of James Grace. Then we go back to Justin Witt in the 7 out of position 5 with Ryan Flatten. In car number 16 out of position number 6. Seth Chaney did not make the call. You know, Mitch, you know. What's he like, 15, 16? I've got to say, he's fast as. Fast as. Third and final heat race on the night here in your Ohio Freshwaters Adventures Super Late Models. Presented by World of Thunder, we are green and Devon Ryan. Getting a good start in. The number 34 car will lead the field down into 3 and 4. Jason Lineweaver sits second. Keep an eye on that all black car. That is Ryan Flatten. Aaron Kitchen as well in the 17 car, rolling right through the middle of the racetrack. Flatten now looking on the inside on James Grace for positions 4 into turns 3 and 4. There goes Aaron Kitchen getting a little tight as well. So here comes Flatten. Look at Ryan Flatten on the inside looking for the slide job, but Kitchen keeps the foot in the gas on the outside and he got a piece of the 1 and 2 wall. Ryan Flatten now to position 3, going to come up the racetrack. Kitchen stabs the brake, tries to turn it underneath him down out of turn number 2. And Ryan Flatten holding on to that third and final transfer spot. James Grace, Aaron Kitchen having a good battle for 4th and 5th. As I say, that Kitchen just started to pull away from the 269 car. Oh no! There is Justin Witt got to the back of Grace. And here comes the All Black machine. He's got the bubblegum sticking to that race car. Up high, then down low, looking for a spot in tonight's dash. Oh, slides up and Lineweaver stays on the gas and drives back around the outside of the number 16 car of Ryan Flatten. Lineweaver holding on to position 2. How long can he hang on? He's only got 2 and a bit laps to go. Flatten puts the slider on into turn number 3 and 4. And Ryan Flatten has just earned himself a spot in tonight's dash. If you're going to hang on for a lap and a half. Devon Ryan has just checked out. Not as much as Majulis did, but he's still a long, long way in front. Down the back straight away for the final time in heat racing competition. For tonight, your Ohio Freshwaters Adventures Super Late Models. Heat number 3 goes to Devon Ryan. Ryan Flatten home in 2nd. Jason Lineweaver 3rd. Aaron Kitchen 4th. Justin Witt in 5th. James Grace in position at number 6. Seth Chaney did not start for heat race number 3. We move on to our B main. Again, I believe this will be 12 laps the distance. We'll take a look at your Black Diamond Motorsports starting grid. Well, with those extra 2 cars registering, it puts us into a B main. However, I can tell you that with the 12-lap distance, all drivers will make the show. Starting on pole in the number 21 car, Benjamin Nading on his outside, the 87 of Stephen McMillan, out of position number 2. Out of position number 3 in the 17, Aaron Kitchen, out of position 4, the 18 of Jimmy Emery. Out of position 5, the 54 of Mitch Stars. Out of position 6, the 7 of Justin Witt. Out of position 7, the 88 of Brian Wyatt Jr. Out of position 8, the 15 of Matt Bailey. Out of position 9, the 269 of James Grace. And out of position 10, the 5 of Steve Kaufman. Austin Griffey, Seth Chaney not in the server, which would have given us a 12-car B main where the top 11 would have gone through. So these 10 drivers all will make the show. Let's watch from this angle. Let's watch from the scoreboard angle. Never lift off. That's exactly right, Roachy. Green flag is out. We're underway in tonight's B main. See, McMillan's car got very tight on the exit of turn number 2. Kitchen was on his inside. They rubbed panels out of turn number 2. Styles 3 wide with McMillan in the middle and Justin Witt on the outside. 3 wide into turn number 1 and 2. How good is this? And this is just the B main again. 3 wide into turn number 3 and 4. McMillan having all sorts of problems with the issue right now. The car being super tight. He gets into the back of Styles and no, that's going to trigger a yellow. Yellow, yellow, yellow. You know what? We're not going to blame Steve on that one. We all know what it's time for. Hashtag David's fault all over the chat. Let's go. So the yellow will fly for the first time here in tonight's B main. Benjamin Nading is your race leader. Jimmy Emery sits in second. Aaron Kitchen in third. Justin Witt in 4th. 5th is Mitch Stiles. Steve Kaufman in 6th. 7th is James Grace. Matt Bailey in 8th. 9th is Brian Wyatt Jr. And rounding out your top 10 is Stephen McMillan. Of course, all 10 drivers. Again, like I said, will make the show. And now that we've had that camera, let's have a look at our tyre camera. Pace truck is in. There we go, single file, back to green flag. Benjamin Nading in the 21 will lead from Jimmy Emery in 2nd. Aaron Kitchen still in 3rd. Nading down low into turn number 3 and 4. He's got the bottom side working. Here comes the 17 car of Aaron Kitchen. You just see how close they get to the camera. In fact, it almost looks like they run over the camera on the front straightaway into turn number 1. These cameras are very, very close to the racing surface. Nading and Emery. 1 lap to go this time by Emery. And that's going to stack the field up, and that will conclude your B main. Benjamin Nading going to get the victory. Of course, as we said earlier on, all drivers making the show here this evening. Checkered flag out. Nading wins from Kitchen, Justin Witt, Mitch Stiles, Jimmy Emery, James Grace, Brian Wyatt Jr., Stephen McMillan, Matt Bailey, and Steve Kaufman. Your top 10. So they will get the white flag this time by 12 laps, the scheduled distance here in the B main. Alright, let's take your picks here for the main event. Of course, we've got our dash up next, the top 2 from the 3 opening heat races. 6 cars will make up the first 6 positions. From 7th on back, going to be lined up according to the iRacing finishing positions from heats 1, 2 and 3, finishing 3rd. And then of course your B main will line up from position 10 all the way through to position number 19. So it's just those 6 spots that we need to maybe mix them up just a little bit. Well, the first car's onto the racetrack in. The number 2 car is going to be Dylan Hauser. We know Hauser will start on pole alongside Blake Majulis. At a position 3, going to be the 34 car of Devon Ryan. At a position 4, the number 2 car of Brad Moore. Then we go back to inside 3rd row, the 26 of Eric Scalf with Ryan Flatten lining up out of position number 6. They'll go green flag next time by 6 laps the distance. How they finish is how they start. The main event for these first 6 positions, the first 3 rows. Majulis Moore come together. Look at Devin Ryan working the low side. How's the leads into turn number 3. And look at Ryan Flatten on the outside, lap number 1. And he has gone from 6th to position number 3. As Majulis, got into the side of Ryan Flatten on the exit of turn number 2. Majulis having a tough time here in tonight's dash. Look at the top 3 running nose to tail into turns 3 and 4. Of course, Ryan Flatten, the driver that is trying to make a difference and trying to find a way around the 34 car, whether it's inside, whether it's outside. He doesn't care how he does it. He just wants to get into second spot. He wants to start on the top side of the racetrack. In fact, he probably wants to start P1, mind you. Here goes Flatten down low into turn number 3 and 4. Devin Ryan and Ryan Flatten side by side. White flag is out. Final time. Slide job by Flatten. No, Ryan keeps a foot on the throttle and drives around the outside of the black number 16 car. Into out of turn 4. Dylan Hauser gonna go to victory lane once again and put the number 2 on the pole. Second is going to be Devin Ryan. Third is going to be Ryan Flatten. Fourth will be Brad Moore. Fifth is going to be Blake Majulis with Eric Scouth coming home in position number 6. Well, it's about time that we take a quick break here on Ultimate Dirt TV. We're going to let the drivers run this track in just a little bit. So we'll take this opportunity just to play a couple of commercials. And we are going to be back here in just a few moments' time, of course. Once again, before we get out of here and play those ads, a big thanks to our sponsors and partners here at Ultimate Dirt TV. Of course, you can find all their social media page information on our website. Head over to www.ultimatedirttv.com. Click on the sponsors tab, and then from there you can click on their image. It'll take you directly to their website. Of course, Wicked Cushion at wickedcushion.com. 19 Designs, you can visit them at 19designs.com. That's ONEIX designs.com. Of course, a big thanks to World of Thunder iRacing League as well, WOTRL.com. Dirt Leagues Australia, you can find them on Facebook. Of course, JR Productions and Media and Black Diamond Motorsports. Don't forget, hit the like and follow button on all their social media pages. Show some love and support to the people that support us. The #1 broadcasting channel for Dirt, Ultimate Dirt TV. We'll take a quick break and come back on the other side of this. Your Ohio Freshwaters Adventures Super Late Model Main Event, presented by World of Thunder. The drivers tackle the Kokomo Speedway. Who will be the king of Kokomo?
the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Alright, we are back here on Ultimate Dirt TV for the Ohio Freshwaters Adventures Super Late Model main event here at the Kokomo Speedway. We are just about to roll it over into your Black Diamond Motorsports starting grid. Alright, let's take a look at the Black Diamond Motorsports starting grid. Alright, Mitch. Of course, the first 6 spots will be jumbled up just a little bit, but we know Dylan Hauser will start on pole when he's outside the 34 of Devon Ryan. At a position 3, the 16 of Ryan Flatten. At a position 4, the 2 car of Brad Moore. Then we go back to Blake Majulis and Eric Scow. From position 7 on back is correct. Daniel Cummins in the 20 will start position 7. Darren Little in the 68 will start position number 8. At a position 9, the 50 of Jason Linewiver alongside Benjamin Aiding at a position 10. At a position 11, the 17 of Aaron Kitchen. At a position 12, the 7 of Justin Witt. At a position 13, the 54 of Mitch Stiles. At a position 14, the 18 of Jimmy Emery. James Grace alongside Brian Wyatt Jr. Then we go back to Stephen McMillan and Matt Bailey in row number 9. Row number 10 is going to be Steve Kaufman with Austin Griffey. Not here for the main event. 100 laps around the Kokomo Speedway, ladies and gentlemen. The King of Kokomo. We are about to find out who that will be. Dale Matthews, Bobby Butler, Terry Wolf. Thank you very much for the follows, gentlemen. Appreciate it here on Ultimate Dirt TV. But as the green flag from iRacing has been thrown, you'll see 105 laps. The first 5 laps. You're wondering why we're not going green. The first 5 laps to get the drivers into their correct positions from the dash. And of course, from 7th on back, they will stay in their correct positions when they come out of turn number 4 next time, or out of turn number 2. They will get the signal to show you the most awesome sight in all of motorsports. In fact, they might even just pump it up. Normally on the smaller tracks, they are staying 3 wide. And that's exactly what they will do here. But it looks like a 4th row on the outside is going to appear. So ladies and gentlemen, out of turn number 4, it is your Ohio Freshwaters Adventures Super Late Models. The drivers are 4 wide here at the Kokomo Speedway. As Stephen McMillan would say, you've just been thunderstruck. 100 laps around Kokomo. The track is somewhat used up on the top side. The bottom side, no doubt, will also be a place to be and place to watch. Not this time, but the following time by out of turn number 4. The green flag will fly. When the green stops, the BS stops. And it is somewhat of a fast pace through 1 and 2 and down the back straight away. But here we go. 100 laps on the board. Dylan Hauser, green flag is out. And your main event is underway. And already you see drivers starting to move their way all over the racetrack. Mid and bottom, top, anywhere that nobody else is. Blake Majulis having a tough time at the back, and he's going to go 3 wide into turn number 1 and 2. So we'll keep an eye on Majulis early on in the race. At the moment, he's not looking too good, but thankfully what he has got on his tan and what he's got on his side is time and laps. Top 5 are on the outside of the racetrack. Oh, Devon Ryan! Flattened, got into the back of him into turn number 3. And that will trigger the caution, and I dare say that Ryan Flatten may just be going to the rear. Junior Anthony, thank you very much for that like. Whew, a crazy couple of laps to start this one off. So we'll keep an eye on Flatten and Devon Ryan. In fact, Devon Ryan going to the back. I don't see Flatten going to the back just yet, so it looks like he's going to stay in his correct spot. Lights out on the racing.com pace truck this time by. 94 laps to go. So a couple of laps in before we had our first caution. Mitch, what's the surprise? You got me intrigued now. Single file restart. Very surprised that these are single file restarts because the guys at the back, they're going to be half a track behind anyway, but single file it is. Here we go. Hauser leads from Moore and Flatten your top 3, and then you go back to Scout, Literal, Cummings, Nading, Witt, Majulis, and Lineweaver. Well, Moore coming up into the side of Ryan Flatten, not giving him any kind of room on the front straight away. And Ryan Flatten, once again, they're going to make quick work of the number 2 car of Brad Moore. So Hauser at the moment continues to lead, and once this top side, I'm going to say, I don't know if it's ever going to go away. Over 100 laps, who knows, but there's certainly still a lot of juice left in the middle and on the bottom side of the racetrack. Scalf into the wall along with Darren Little, who rounds out your top 5. Then you go back to Daniel Cummings. Here comes Blake Majulis. Run on the low side into turn number 3 and 4. He's going to take the line away from the number 20 car of Daniel Cummings Jr. in turn number 1 and 2. So Majulis has gone back to position number 6. So how far can he go? No doubt these drivers are going to be getting into lap traffic very, very shortly. The 5 car of Steve Kaufman, all sorts of out of shape in turn number 3 and 4. Well, he's the first car to officially go a lap down under green flag conditions. Matt Bailey in the 16 car, in the 15, excuse me. He's gone to the low side in turn number 3 and 4, so just letting the leaders on by. So well done, Matt. Flatten holds on to position 2. Lap traffic is certainly going to play a part in this race here tonight in the main events. But at the moment, what it looks to me is the guys that are about to go a lap down, they're all just hugging the bottom side and saying, you know what, you guys can have the top, we'll stay on the bottom, and we'll let you go around us the easy way. James Grace now going to go a lap down along with Stephen McMillan probably in the next lap or 2. We keep an eye on Hauser and Ryan Flatten as well. Top 2 at the moment. Brad Moore, Eric Scalf, Darren Little. We'll keep an eye on Blake Majulis as well. So McMillan now going to officially go a lap down. And the next car looking to stay on the lead lap. It was the driver that was sitting in 3rd just a couple of laps ago before the last yellow, the 34 car of Devon Ryan, who actually just got around the outside of Aaron Kitchen then in turns number 3 and 4. There is Majulis, and well, there is heavy lap traffic Well, heavy traffic on the top side of the racetrack. Brad Moore trying to dive down low, trying to get by James Grace into turn number 3 and 4. Moore using up Grace a lot on the exit of turn number 4. That allowed Scalfer and Little and Majulis to get on by. Car to the infield, that was Stephen McMillan, I believe. It might even be Mitch Stiles. Again, all the drivers using the top side, the faster guys using the top side of the racetrack. Aaron Kitchen fighting for life and death at the moment to stay on the lead lap as well. Hauser works to the outside in turn number 3 and 4. Unfortunately, Aaron Kitchen, and he's going to be the next car to go a lap down. Flatten, who hasn't really let Hauser get away from him all that much, but he's done enough to pull away and keep that consistent gap between first and second. Of course, now with the lap traffic certainly coming into effect, Benjamin Nading in the 21 car just running his line. He goes down low into turn number 1, sorry. Into turn number 3 and 4 this time by. 75 laps left to run, so 25 completed. And these drivers and your leaders are in deep lap traffic. The question is, how far can... Oh no, Dylan Hauser caught the opening into turn number 3. And ladies and gentlemen, you've got a new leader. And that is the black number 16 car. There is still a mountain of laps left to run. And that last lap cost Hauser not only the race lead, but about a 1.4 second lap time compared to his previous lap time. How much damage has it done to the number 2 car? Only time will tell. He was 4/10 slower than Ryan Flatten, who we're watching on screen at the moment. Justin Witt in the number 7 car. He has got pressure from Ryan behind him. Of course, he's trying to get by Matt Bailey in the 16 car as well. And there is a lot of cars. Well, I say that, but there's only 4 in front of your leader, but they are all over the racetrack. The only place I could think of Flatten to go right now would be right through the middle. And in fact, the 34 car of Devon Ryan, he actually does that in turn number 3 and 4. So he's got to be patient here. He's got to be patient, but he's got to be a little aggressive too on these lap cars to get him out of the way. The quicker he does that, 3 wide, mind you, flatten down low into 1 and 2. The quicker he does that, the quicker he can put more of a distance between himself and Dylan Hauser. Hauser was a 10th quicker on the previous lap, but Flatten is in deep traffic. Oh, look out. Ryan got into the back of the 7 car of Justin Witt right in front of your race leader. Hauser had nowhere to go. And the number 7 car of Justin Witt turned around. Well, what a crazy 30 odd laps we just had just then. We've seen Hauser have the lead. We've seen Hauser make the mistake, give Ryan Flatten the lead. And we've seen a lap car in front of, well, it wasn't even a lap car actually. He was fighting to stay on the lead lap, I believe. Trying to fight for that position. The yellow flag flies and... well, this is going to bunch the field back up once again, so it might be another 12 to 15 laps before we see the drivers get into lap traffic again. Your restart order: Ryan Flatten, Dylan Hauser, Brad Moore, Eric Scalf, Blake Majulis, Darren Littoral, Brian Wyatt Jr., Jason Line River, Jimmy Emery, Devon Ryan, your top 10, and the final car on the lead lap. So 10 cars left in this one on the lead lap. There's still, I believe, 15, 16, maybe even 17 cars that are still circulating around the Kokomo Speedway. .62 to go this time by for your leader Ryan Flatten. Second is Hauser. Moore in third. He comes up and smacks the wall, and Scarf had nowhere to go. And Brad Moore going to be around on the front straight away. Lights are out on the pace truck. The Ohio Freshwaters Adventures Super Late Models main event, presented by World of Thunder, here at the Kokomo Speedway. 58 laps left to run in this main event. Green flag back out onto the racetrack, and Blake Majulis, he restarted in third. So once again, he hasn't been off the podium all year. He picked up, I think it was 4 wins in a row to start the season off. So with Ryan Flatten being out in front, Dylan Hauser still sits second. Majulis runs third. Goes through the middle of turn number 3 and 4. Back to the top shelf into turn number 1 and 2. All over back of Hauser on the entry. Hauser's got the run down the back straight away. The 26 of Eric Scarf as well, working to the outside into turn number 3 and 4. Scarf, does he try and force issue in 3 and 4 to where he can get a run on the outside of the 127 car? But here he goes once again, down low through the middle of turn number 3 and 4. Hauser still manages to hang on to the second spot at the moment with Ryan Flatten. At the moment, you are looking at about 2 3/10 quicker. That's 2 3/10 of a second quicker than second place Dylan Hauser and also Blake Majulis. Well, it was cut down the previous lap time. It was only by about 1/10 and a half. Times are starting to slow down again, but yellow flag is going to fly once again. So at this stage, as they come past the start-finish line, we are officially halfway home in tonight's main event. Lights are still on the pace truck. So we'll have 48 to go when we get the green flag. So as it stands, let's take a look at those JR Productions and Media unofficial results and how they stand at the moment. Ryan Flatten, Dylan Hauser, Blake Majulis, Eric Scarf, Darren Little, Brian Wyatt Jr., Jason Lineweaver, Devin Ryan, Jimmy Emery, Brad Moore, Aaron Kitchen, Benjamin Edding, Daniel Cummings Jr., Justin Witt, James Gray, Steve Kaufman, and then you go back to Matt Bailey, McMillan, Styles. Green flag back out here at the Kokomo Speedway. Oh, Hauser. A big mistake in 1 and 2. That really opened up the door for Blake Majulis on the bottom side of the racetrack. He leaves the top side open for Hauser, but Majulis is going to slide up and take the line away. Hauser turns it back underneath him. At the moment, oh, Hauser just driving it in deep. Oh, a little bit of a lack of respect there. Trying to full throttle the 127. Eric Scow holding on to position number 4. How's it with what I would assume is a bent up race car? Somehow still holding on to position number 3. Scuff all over the back of Hauser into turn number 3 as we go. Scuff goes right through the middle of the racetrack, trying to get a run on the number 2 car. He'll go through the middle again, so Scout trying something different. Trying to keep the wheels in the moisture. Tags the wall and upside down almost. He went. And you wonder how much rear end damage is on that number 26 car. Devin Ryan in the 34 now going to make his way to position 6, but into the top 5 is Brian Wayne Jr. in the 88 and Darren Little as they made contact in 3 and 4. And we've got another yellow. Alright, we're back underway here at Kokomo for your Ohio Freshwaters Adventures Super Late Model Main Event. Majulis, who rides in that second spot at the racetrack at the moment. Through 3 and 4, flattened, caught a piece of the turn 3 and 4 wall. Here goes Majulis down low, slide jump for the race lead. Oh, Flatton was in 2 minds and got into the back of Blake Majulis. And Blake Majulis to the race lead. Ryan Flatton back down to the inside into turn number 1 and 2. He can't quite pull off the slider in 1 and 2. And Blake Majulis, he was horrible in the opening couple of laps. He has now fought his way to the front of the pack. And Blake Majulis with 35 laps to go leads. Flatton, no, not going to go away quite easily. Top 2 run nose to tail down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Flatton going to cut it down low on the exit of turn number 4. Down to the low side into turn number 1 and 2. He stays down low. He's looking to get the drive off the bottom side of the racetrack. Ryan Flatton may have found something on the bottom in turns 1 and 2. 3 and 4 is going to be a different story though. Through the middle goes Flatton of 1 and 2. Hauser holds on to 3. Darren Little moves into 4th. Devin Ryan moves into position number 5. Remember, about 40 laps ago, Devin Ryan, he was about to get lapped by Dylan Hauser. It was the fact that Ryan got into the back of, I'm trying to think who it was he got into the back of, and that forced the yellow flag out, and that bunched the field back up. Majulis leads by about 2 car lengths into turn number 3 and 4. Wow, Ryan Flatton, he got a massive run on your leader on the entry into turn number 3. This is getting very tricky up top to stay on the cushion and off the wall. Again, Flatton, he's finding a lot of speed in turn number 3. I think it's 1 and 2 that's hurting him right now. And what's really going to hurt the number 16 car is the fact that, well, we've now got lap traffic once again. Flatton through the middle on the exit of turn number 4. Majulis just caught a piece of the front straightaway wall. Who will be the king of the Kokomo cushion? Majulis has it at the moment from Ryan Flatton in 2nd, 3rd, Dylan Hauser. 4th is Darren Little. Devin Ryan rounds out your top 5. We don't go away from the top 2 at the moment. Although they're nose to tail, the pressure is certainly been applied by the number 16, the All Black 16 of Ryan Flatton, on your championship leader. All but once he has been beaten so far this season. Can he go back to victory lane? 33, make that 23 to go. This time by Flatton down low into turn number 1 and 2 once again. Going to try and find the grip on the exit of turn number 2. He's going to lose just a little bit of speed right now. Taking a look at lap times, a 15.292 for Majulas, a 13.309 and a 13.582 for Ryan Flatton. So 13.3 and 13.5 was the lap times by, 13.3 again for Majulas, but this time up top was a 13.1 for Ryan Flatton. So Ryan Flatton by far the quickest car on the racetrack at the moment. In fact, he is the only driver that I can see that has broken that 12-second bracket. In tonight's main event, Aaron Kitchen. Again, looking to stay only 1 lap down, but he is now going to go 2 laps down as they go 3 wide into turn number 1 and 2. Majula slides up in front of Kitchen. Flatton is down low, side by side for the race lead. 18 laps to run. And Blake Majulis, if the laps keep ticking off, what I don't like at the moment for Blake Majulis, but as a race fan, as a commentator, I love this right now because you've got 5 cars in front of the 127 and you've got the second place driver haunting and daunting the back of that 127. Oh no! The 21, Benjamin Nading. Ryan Flatton dove to the inside in 3 and 4. And Blake Majulis may just go back to position number 2. And if you cast your mind back to, I believe it was Eldora, Majulis put a slider on, I believe it was Dylan Wilson at the time, and the yellow flag came out. In fact, that one ended that race where Majulis went to victory lane. Now the tables have turned. Although I'm not saying Flatton is going to victory lane just yet, but the number 16 went to the inside. The yellow flag came out. Timing and scoring said Ryan Flatton was ahead of him. So Ryan Flatton going to resume this race from the pole position. Hauser has got massive rear end damage on that race car. Just look at that car. It's not even turning right. You can see the rear end just floating around in the back of the race car. Everybody trying to get on the gas just a little too early. Majulis down low into 1 and 2. Flatton works the outside of the racetrack. Majulis through the middle of 3 and 4. Can Hauser hang on to a podium? Here comes Wyatt Jr. in the 88, working on the inside. Devin Ryan through the middle. Darren Little on the top side. 3 wide for positions 4, 5 and 6 at the moment. 10 laps to go. Next time by for your race leader. Ryan Flatton out in front. Second is Blake Majulis. Hauser still somewhat holding on to position number 3. Fourth is Devin Ryan. Wouldn't Devin Ryan love to come from the back to the front? Remember, he was involved in one of the cautions where I think it was where Ryan Flatton got into the back of him going into 3, and he fell back to about 15th or 16th spot, and now at the moment he sits in P4. 7 laps away from victory lane. The king of Kokomo, we're about to find out who that will be, Ryan Flatton or Blake Majulis. At the moment, it's not like the Kentucky Derby. It's a 2-horse race at the moment. And Ryan Flatton just ticking the boxes off lap after lap, consistently hitting his marks on the top side. Majulis was half a tenth quicker on the previous lap time. 13.196. The yellow flag flies, and well, does this set us up for a green-white checker? We might even have 3 laps to go. I believe it's going to be a green-white checker to finish this one. And that's actually helped Ryan Flatten, because now he gets to dictate the pace of the field on the restart. And he has got a clear track ahead of him. All he has to worry about is that slider into 1 or the slider into 3. If he can hit his marks on the top side of the racetrack, I dare say the black number 16 car will go to victory lane here at Kokomo, but anything can happen. The lights on your iRacing.com official pace track are extinguished. They've been turned off. And the green-white checker will ensue. Hello from hello. Hello. Let's go. 2 laps around Kokomo. Again, he waits and oh boy, Majulis has to be very careful. Slide jump into turn number 1, and Flatten just drives into the back of him. And that's going to put Dylan Hauser into the top spot. Wyatt Jr. and Devon Ryan, Blake Majulis 3, nearly 4 wide across turn number 1 and 2. Oh, take your pick on who's going to win this one. Majulis down low. Hauser's going to go to victory lane. What a drive. Oh, he was at the right place at the right time. Holy cow. Oh, the tensions. They have gone to another level. Holy moly, did you expect to see that one? We'll take a look at your JR Productions and Media unofficial results. Dylan Hauser across the line first in the number 2 car. Blake Majulis comes home in second. Brian Wyatt Jr. in third. Fourth is going to be Ryan Flatten, with Devon Ryan rounding out your top 5. Jason Lineweaver home in 6th. 7th is Jimmy Emery. 8th is Brad Moore. Darren Littoral in 9th, with Justin Witt rounding out your top 10. Over the page, 11th is going to be Aaron Kitchen. Daniel Cummings Jr. home in 12th. 13th is going to be James Gray. Steve Kaufman in 14th. Benjamin Nading in 15th. Eric Scalf 16th. Matt Bailey 17th. 18th was Stephen McMillan, with Mitch Stiles home in position at number 19. We'll take a quick break and get our drivers from the top 3 on the podium. And we'll go down to victory lane here in just a moment. Well, we've got our second and third place driver here ready to go, so we'll waste no time in chatting with those couple of drivers. In fact, 1 second, we'll be right back. All right, apologise about that. Well, we were going to start from third to first, but we've got our race winner here with us ready to go. And getting the job done in the number 2 car, Dylan Hauser. Dylan, congratulations, bud. That was a bit of an up and down race. You led for a good quarter of that race until you made a mistake into 3 and 4, and you had to wait till the last lap to capitalise on a mistake from the other guys.
Yeah, I've been having bad FPS drops, and I got a new graphics card coming, so it should be fine. And I just through the clouds and dust with the live traffic, I lagged a little bit, and I just got into the back of the backstretch wall, and that's all she wrote. And then I had like a meatball, and they cleared it for me, and those two guys got the race on the lead, and I don't know what happened between those two, but Flatten had a really good car tonight. He was pretty good as me in the long run, and probably better than me in the long run. The first 20 laps, I kind of put a second gap on him, and I kept it there, and then I hit the wall, and he got by me. I almost wrecked him, so apologize to him. And yep, not how I want to win a race, but we'll take it when we can get it, and that's all she wrote for us, I guess.
You didn't really get off the top side of the racetrack. You're now known as the king of Kokomo for tonight on that cushion. I mean, was there any chance that maybe going down low, it looked like there was still a fair bit of moisture down low, or were you just happy on running the top side and just keeping that momentum up? That was really helping you get the speed through the turns.
My car wasn't handling good enough to run the bottom like I needed it to, so I just kind of stayed in the high side. Just outdrive the guys up there and stay in third for most of the race, and then that conflict happened with the leaders, and I just got lucky and snuck by.
Well, as I said, not a very pretty win, but not a very pretty race car by the end of that one. But still, you'll take it when you can get it. Congratulations on the win. No doubt, before we let you get out of your course, I'm sure there's some people and some sponsors you might need to say good day to.
Yeah, TTL Esports, they're great team we got behind us. Zach and Tyler and Joel Lewis, everybody at TTL, and THY Design, Similar Tracing Chassis, Down Under Graphics. There's a bunch of them. You for broadcasting, and Steve for putting the series together. It's been a fun series, starting to wind down, but it's been a good one. Got another win tonight, and hopefully see you guys next week.
All right, there we go. Dylan Hauser there, home with the victory here tonight. We'll chat to the driver that comes home in second place tonight, Blake Majulis. Blake, you find yourself on the podium once again. You had a chance at the race win. Unfortunately, things just didn't fall your way tonight, but still, from where you started and how quickly you went backwards in the opening sort of 10 to 15 laps, you fight your way back to come home in second.
Yes, sir. I was pretty slow there in the beginning, and then found a little bit of moisture coming off 4 there, and I started hitting that really good, and was hitting my marks and got right up there. So it was a pretty good run there, about halfway.
All right, let's cut to the BS. I'll ask you the hard hitting questions that the journos would have wanted me to ask. Talk us through that final restart and your thoughts on what happened there.
Got a good start, hung with him till the finish line, through slider 1 and 2, and he destroyed my stuff. So that's about it.
Hard hitting questions answered short and sweet. Well done on continuing this run of podiums and again extending this championship lead just that ever so more. So you're slowly closing in on the championship, but there's still plenty of racing to go. I mean, what do you think about next week's race and how do you approach that one, knowing after tonight?
Same as every week, just trying to get a podium, stay right up there with points. Tonight, unfortunately, the incident bonus point didn't work out in our favor. So, it was minor points tonight, but it was still a podium. So,
all right. Before we let you get out of here, of course, sponsor shout-outs, all that good stuff. Who makes it happen for you?
Just got to thank everybody at Swindell Speed Lab. All the setup help and all the work we do. iRacing, iFlag, Jeff Brown, Schaefer's Oil and Specialized Lubricants, you for Broadcasting, CNC Racing Designs, and Spencer Swafford at Highside Graphics.
All right, Blake Majulis there, home in second place. Home in third place tonight, Brian Wyatt Jr. getting the job done with a third place finish here tonight. Brian, congratulations on a podium here, bud. It was a A bit of a wild night for you, up and down, forwards, backwards, middle, everywhere you went. You always seem to be in a battle, but you come home with the third place. Talk about how you're feeling at the moment.
Oh, I'm ecstatic, I guess you could say, for getting what I got because I don't think I deserved it. But yeah, like in the heat race, I mean, I qualified decent heat race. I just messed up lap one, and it got me towards the back, and that was all she wrote for the rest of my evening, pretty much. B main, I got turned and got stuck in the back again, so I had to work my way up to the front in the feature. And I think I may have added way too much fuel to my set, and I wasn't quite sure on how much fuel I'd be using. And I mean, finally, towards late in the race, the car started to somewhat come in, but I mean, I just kind of got lucky, I guess, there towards the end. I don't know what was going on with all the restarts, but it was pretty terrible, to be honest.
You started position 16th, and at the end of the night, you finished third. So essentially you passed 13 cars to get to a podium. What was key for you tonight in getting through all that traffic? Yes, on such a topside dominant racetrack, but a track that looked very, very hard to pass on, but it almost seemed like you made it look easy towards the end there.
Well, at the beginning of the race, I just kind of wanted to, just take pace and try to avoid the wrecks. I figured there'd be a lot, and there really wasn't. I mean, there was a few, but I could see them in front of me happening, and I just got on my brakes right away. I just wanted to, keep my nose clean, and towards the end, just sitting there, just trying to throttle control and making sure I hit my marks. That's kind of what got me up there.
Well, an impressive up 13 positions here tonight. Here at the Ohio Freshwaters Adventure Super Late Models at Kokomo. Congratulations on that. But of course, before we get out of here, of course, sponsors, shout-outs, all that good stuff. Who makes it happen for you on that number 88 machine?
Just Carter Speed and the boys over here.
All right, one final question. This is just for my benefit. I've been told to pronounce your name two different ways. I want to hear it from the man himself. How would you pronounce your surname?
Wyatt.
Wyatt. Thank you very much. Anyhow, good job on third, Brian.
Thank you.
All right, Brian Wyatt Jr. home in third in that Carter Speed number 88 machine. A bit of luck there late with that final green-white checker, but it was the man that capitalised perfectly at the right place at the right time was the number 2 car of Dylan Hauser. That will wrap us up here from the Kokomo Speedway. The king of Kokomo tonight belongs to the number 2 car of Dylan Hauser. Blake Majulis continues his great podium run here in your Ohio Freshwaters Adventure Super Late Models presented by World of Thunder. The season is, I think we're about the halfway stage. We've just gone past the halfway stage of the season, and he is yet to finish outside of the top 3. He is certainly the one to beat when it comes to the Super Late Models. Again, a big thanks to our sponsors and partners here at Ultimate Dirt TV. Of course, a big thanks to Wicked Cushion, 19 Designs, World of Thunder iRacing League, Dirt Leagues Australia, JR Productions and Media, and Black Diamond Motorsports. Without their support, none of this would be possible. Make sure you head over to our Facebook page, head over to our website, www.ultimatedirttv.com. Click on the sponsors tab, follow the sponsors, give them a like, give them a follow on their social media pages, all that good stuff. A big thanks to Steve McMillan and the World of Thunder crew and the Ohio Freshwaters Adventures for being the season and title sponsor for the Super Late Models this season. Big thanks to World of Thunder iRacing League again for allowing Ultimate Dirt TV to cover their 360 and Super Late Models on the Sunday night. They also race on a Wednesday night. Their UMP Fixed Modified Series, of course, that'll be live on the Full Velocity, I think it is, or no, the Virtual Racing Network, the VRN Facebook page. So make sure you keep up to date with what happens on the Wednesday nights. But until next time, or in fact later on tonight, in about, we're looking at 6.5, just under 7 hours time, we're going to have your New Zealand Sim Racing Midget Series, I believe, tonight. So again, we'll be live on Facebook for that, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. So make sure you come back and stick around if you're up early in the morning at about 4:30 a.m. Eastern time here in, there in America, at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, AEDT or AEST here in Australia. On behalf of the team here at Ultimate Dirt TV, this is Brett Wheeler signing off, saying good night. And on behalf of the management, we thank you for tuning in here tonight for the World of Thunder 360 Sprint Cars and Super Late Models. Until later on tonight, or until next time we see you here on Ultimate Dirt TV, have fun, take care, and leave the speeding to the racetrack. Good night, everybody.